If you wanna go home, go left and you can't go wrong. But another word, the 6 o'clock swerve, the 6 o'clock swerve is on. Go right if you wanna go home, go left and you can't go wrong. I put another word, the 6 o'clock swerve, the 6 o'clock swerve is on.
It's time to get your local swerve on Knoxville as The Rock presents the 6 o'clock swerve, a live 1-hour concert from Barley's in the Old City, Thursday nights at 6. Now let's head to Barley's and join your host, longtime Knoxville music writer and scene supporter Wayne Bledsoe.
6 o'clock swerve is on. The 6 o'clock swerve is on. Putting out the word, the 6 o'clock swerve, the 6 o'clock swerve is on. Putting out the word, the 6 o'clock swerve, the 6 o'clock swerve is on.
And welcome to the WUTK 6 o'clock swerve. We're here live at Barley's in the Old City, and it's a beautiful night to be out to hear some great music, have some great food, and some good beer or whatever you're having, and just have a good time tonight. My guest tonight is well known around the region as one of the great singer-songwriters and multi-instrumentalists, and he's done about everything, as you'll find out in his bio.
Oh, great.
Please welcome my good friend, Craig Horne.
Falling off the edge of the world, hanging on by a dogwood branch. I lost my hat and my railroad watch. I'm swinging free in the elements. That's me behind the 8 ball. Go ahead on, take your shot. There's nothing I can do right now. Done bet all that I got. Walk uphill on Broadway Street, heading north from old downtown. You can count the buildings, read the sign before they come and tear them down. That's me behind the 8 ball. My thumb out in the breeze. Take me to the cleaners, boys, I'm running out of steam. There used to be a business here, running 3 shifts every day. You can build a bar and brew some beer, tell them what they're gonna pay. The knitting mill and the old switchyard, the red brick streets and the service door. Brass rail and the lunch pail, and the working girls on the upper floor. That's me behind the 8 ball, confessing every sin. I'm an old machine just looking for a place to plug it in. That's me behind the 8 ball. I've been here the whole time, sleeping in the bushes and creeping through the vine. And that's me behind the 8 ball. Don't mind the flaky paint, tell me what I is, and I won't tell you what you ain't. Yeah. All the stuff that wasn't working right before the show just started working in the last 4 chords of that song. So that was real interesting.
All right.
So it's going to be like that, you see. I can't explain it. Gremlins. It's good, I can hear myself even better now. And there it went. Oh, this is fun. I love this. Hang on. I have a solution for this. Benny hates dead air, and dead air is happening right now, but I'm just going to move a plug. If you're listening on the radio, magic is happening.
Actually, while you're moving a plug, I can tell you that volunteer radio remains on the air thanks to support from the UT Athletic Department. The 2024 baseball fall season runs February into May with games against SEC rivals Georgia, LSU, Missouri, and more at Lindsey Nelson Stadium. Ticket information is at allvols.com. Students need to show a valid UT ID at the gate for entrance on a first-come, first-served basis. Tune in to Rock Solid Sports for UT baseball coverage, and the Rock wishes Coach Vitello and the Base Vols good luck on the diamond this season. You ready, Greg?
Thank you, Wayne Bledsoe.
You're very welcome.
Soles of my shoes in the gravel talk. Part of the scene, just a stroke of a brush. For once in my life, I was not in a rush. Blowing along like a leaf in the breeze over the foothills under the trees. Nothing on my mind, empty as the sky. When a little red sparkle caught my the one that I want. I'm climbing up into a good chance I'm gonna get it if I don't fall. Probably the same. They're all good apples with their own little names. That one sitting in the sun just right. Gonna get it in my hand and make a big bite. I see an apple on the highest branch. It's the one that I want. I'm climbing up and take a chance. I'm gonna get it if I don't fall. Now it's a strange thing to be a human being. Want and need, whistle the same tune. Up on your tiptoes, 'cause you're so close to a taste so sweet that's gone so soon. I looked down and saw a couple of crows. They were watching me like a TV show. I fell down, thought I broke my back. Well, them two crows had a laugh at that. I see an apple on the highest branch. It's the one that I want. I'm climbing up and take a chance. I'm gonna get it if I don't fall. I'm gonna get it if I don't fall. I'm gonna get it if I don't fall. Well, those are both songs that have been around. I've had them around a while, but I haven't recorded them yet, so they're still in the new pile. I tend to keep a new pile going for at least 10 years or so, as Wayne knows. Wayne knows my release schedule better than I do. Well, this is one I wrote many years ago now. It's a little quick little thing for Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter's in Central Park. Rosalind's gone shopping. He jumps up when he hears a shot. It was just a balloon popping. Just a balloon popping. He turns around and he sees a string tumbling through the air. It's attached to a little girl with a green dress and brownie hair. With a green dress and brownie hair. He fumbles through his old man pants and he finds a Georgia quarter. Puts it down in her little hands and he smiles like Jimmy Carter. He smiles like Jimmy Carter. Thank you.
You're listening to Greg Horne here on the WTK 6 o'clock Swerve, live from Barley's in the Old City. And I should tell you that The Rock thanks Knoxville Mix, a weekly email spotlighting upcoming music, arts, and cultural events in and around Knoxville. Curated as a joint venture by Blank News and Compass, and hitting in boxes every Wednesday. Each email surveys the next 8 days of events, including notable shows by touring bands and local artists, festivals, theatrical performances, comedy, art exhibits, author readings, and more. Sign-ups for Knoxville Mix are at knoxmix.com.
I recommend it. It's a good piece. It's a good way to know about things.
And let me tell you a little bit about my buddy Greg Horne here.
I can't
Of course,
wait.
as I said, Greg is well known as a great singer-songwriter and a multi-instrumentalist. However, you might not know that Greg is also one of the foremost experts in the substance ambergris. Yes, for those of you who are unfamiliar with ambergris, it's the mysterious substance that has long been used in expensive perfumes and is said to be derived from whale vomit. Yes, while ambergris, it's simply been found floating in the ocean, Greg actually found a way to make the whales sick. It took years of research for Greg to find out exactly what would make a whale so physically ill that it would become nauseous and regurgitate. However, Greg hit pay dirt when he forced the whales to listen to modern country music. Whales, as it turns out, are terrible musical snobs who prefer free jazz and modern classical music. The whales became so distressed that they regularly vomited up the valuable ambergris. Greg collected it, and now he's a multi-millionaire.
I'm set.
And I guess that's why you can be so lax on, putting out new albums and stuff, because, you have
There's no pressure.
No, you have plenty of money.
I'm like Mick Jagger. I really have to work to come up with something to say.
Yeah, I don't think that's really the case, but it takes you a long time to come out with an album. Let us know what it takes to get you to finally put that stuff down. Commit it.
I have to find it, and I sometimes it gets away from me for years at a time.
Well, it's funny because, you'd come on my late night show and you would play a piece and I'd think, wow, I want to play that. And it would be, 5 years later before you'd actually have it recorded and I could play it on the air. But you're working on something
I'm playing
now?
the long game.
The long game. But you're working on a new album, right?
Oh, sure.
I think the last time or the time before last, it was like I was harassing you and just like giving you grief every time I saw you?
Yeah. Well, you know, it's been, you know, some people in the last few years had a real productive moment, but I've talked to a lot of other friends in the arts who had real like not productive moments for a long time, and or productive in other ways. I kind of jumped into some other stuff for a while. But
what's some of the other stuff you jumped into?
I've been taking a lot of photographs.
Okay.
And trying a little painting every now and then. Yeah, which is stuff that I used to do years and years and years and years ago. And trying to get back into that. Not so much the photographs. Photographs is new, but
cool.
But I'm trying to remember how to write songs. We'll see in just a moment. This is a perfect seg into the...
Well, it's been so long since I asked you my stock questions, I'm going to ask at least one of them again. What's the first piece of music that had a deep effect on you? Take it all the way back to when you were tiny.
I mean, I liked John Denver a lot when I was tiny. Yeah, I saw him when I was 5 in concert during his best years, and it, you know,
there you go.
It changed my life.
Well, luckily,
I said I wanted to be John Denver. I didn't want to be this particularly, but I wanted to be that. But this is close enough.
Well, you know, I mean, if you could make more money, but you know, you don't need money.
I mean, yeah, right, because of the ambergris.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's very valuable.
It is. It's whale bile, I think, or something.
That's where it comes from.
Yeah. Good stuff.
You know better than anybody. Are you ready to play some more music?
Yeah.
Please welcome again, Greg Horne.
The concept of the 6 o'clock Swerve show, for those of you just turning in, is you take somebody who kind of thought they knew what they were going to do for an hour, and then Wayne Bledsoe attempts to like completely derail their consciousness over the course of that hour. That's the swerve part of the swerve. Yeah, about the making records and writing stuff, I have this problem with my present self and my future self and my past self. So I'll book a gig out in advance, and I'll say, well, my future self will probably write something for that gig. That'll be great. I'll be back, you know. And then the present self kind of moves towards, and all of a sudden it's the present self that has to do the gig, and the future self is still off in the future somewhere. But I have a new song to debut right here this evening, live, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, right here. I finished it yesterday. So I have basically it was to re-up my singer-songwriter card, which there's sort of a little light on it that turns yellow, and then it turns red, and then it says singer-songwriter, and I didn't want that to happen. So I came up with a song about a monument in our downtown area, the Pryor Brown Garage. Any fans of the Pryor Brown Garage? Did you know a song, a garage needs a song written about it?
No, a man needs a man.
It's possibly the oldest standing parking garage in the country at this point. It's been a parking garage since the 1929, but it's slated to leave us, and so it needed a memorial. This isn't dead air. I'm walking this bass line right here. That's interesting.
How you doing?
It's a parking garage, a parking garage. It's a place place to put your 1927 Dodge. If you know the man, he'll find you a real good spot in the House of Brown. What you gonna do downtown? Mr. Pryor Brown was the king of them all. He put 2 gold bricks in the Church Street wall. He had a face like a heron and a blue fur coat, an Elgin watch and a pocket full of oats, a whole fleet of cabs and trucks, of course, but he traded it all for just one good horse. If you're moving a train load, or even just a trunk, I screwed up the rhyme. He's the wizard at the end of the yellow brick road of the parking garage. The parking garage. Concrete and steel, it's a big empty box. But anything that ever moved through this town made a stop at the House of Brown. What you gonna do downtown? One standing around, but for 15 years it's been falling down. It's got a pigeon roost in the dispatch booth. You can see the moon through the 3rd floor roof. It was a modern marvel of a time long gone. It ain't exactly the Parthenon. It's just a parking garage. A parking garage. There's a dozen or more between 3 or 4 blocks. But you know where you are when you leave your car in the care of the House of Brown. Yeah, you know where you are when you leave your car in the care of the House of Brown. What you gonna do downtown? Woo! Yeah. Woo! That was harder than I thought it was gonna be, but that was fun, wasn't it? Parking garage. For my next trick. Oh man, we don't want to do that yet. Let's do this one here. I'd like to thank Jack Neely for all the research in that last song. We wouldn't know anything without Jack Neely. That song would just been a song that says parking garage, and that's all I would have had without Jack Neely. So you can read the article. But this is about something different. This is about vultures. Old black buzzard with a crimson head, coasting on the breeze, looking for the dead. Old black buzzard, you're never alone. You made a family business out of picking and bone. You've been treated wrong, misunderstood. They wanna say you're all bad if carry on. Sing for the king of the carry on. Oh, black buzzard, you never get no thanks, but neither do the beetles or the worms or the ants. When you get up close, you're a scary guy, but you look like an angel when you're flying so high. You've been treated wrong, misunderstood. They wanna say you're all bad if you ain't all good. There's a job to do, needs to be done. Let's sing for the king of the carry-on. Sing for the king of the carry-on. You can have me soon when I lay me on a rock beneath the pale white moon. Oh, black buzzard, what they always say. Well, I never expected to see you today. I never expected to see you today.
You're listening to Greg Horne here on the WTK 6 o'clock Swerve, live from Barley's in the Old City. And I should tell you that you can join us every week here on the 6 o'clock Swerve at 6 o'clock on a Thursday. And next week we have the band Nightjar on the show. Their first appearance on December 21st. It's going to be a very special show with Marshall Andy presenting a Christmas show. Yay! After we thought he'd retired, but no, it's going to be great.
It's a gift. It's one of those retirements.
I talked to Andy last week. He said, Wayne, you know a lot of people, they have a Christmas show and they just sing a couple of Christmas songs. We're going to do, everything's going to be Christmas. And it will be.
He's not going to mess around.
He's not going to mess around. It's going to be great.
He's a man who's true to his word.
He is, at 94. And on December 28th, we have Philip Coleman with a special appearance by Mick Harrison.
Yeah!
Yeah, really. And Mick is going to have a...
Is that guy that sings the same theme song?
He does sing the theme song.
I love that song.
And he's going to do a show later on that night, too. I'm not sure who's coming. I can't see who's coming up tonight. Later on the night, it's Bucking Stuff after the Swerve. I'm not sure I can say that on the radio. Anyway, Greg, you fit into so many different groups, different situations. Was there ever a situation where you got into a musical? Somebody asked you to be in the show, and you thought, uh-oh, maybe I shouldn't have done this.
I try not to have those thoughts.
Okay.
You're right. I try to head that off at the pass, and if I've gone so far, like if I have that thought later on, I'm just like, well, I'm already here. We have to make something of this.
What would you consider the most unusual combination you've been in?
Most unusual combination I've been in. Oh dear. See, you ought to send me these questions in advance.
Well,
I'm not good on my feet. I'm sure there have been some, and I'll think of them during the next song.
Maybe there aren't. Maybe it's just the sitar trio shows up and you fit right in.
Yeah, I got to I played piano behind Jay Giles one time for one song.
There you go.
Yeah. I used to teach at a guitar workshop years ago, and I went there went on for years and years, and so a lot of my strangest musical interactions happened there,
Right.
due to guest artists. Yeah.
Well, where are you originally from?
Where am I originally from?
Right.
I was born in Ohio,
Right.
and then lived in Indianapolis till I was 6 or 7, and then we moved to Oak Ridge. So for practical purposes, Oak Ridge and Knoxville for the longest.
And when was the first time you started playing out?
Playing out?
Yeah.
Oh, somewhere in high school, I was playing instrumental things.
Right.
Yeah, it was hard to get gigs as a high schooler, but
Yeah.
somebody would let you play in the church basement or something. So I did that a couple of times. I played for a Christian Science church for a minute, but I was not good enough to play the hymns
Oh, okay.
properly, so it didn't last. I tried.
When did you decide to start writing your own songs?
In college, some guys on the floor in our first year, we put together a band and we needed something to sing, and so I wrote a few for that.
Any of those that survived?
We still did like mostly 4 hours of stuff that wasn't ours, but
Yeah.
I don't know that any of those have survived.
You ready to play some more?
Yeah,
Please
sure.
welcome. Please welcome again, Greg Horne.
Well, it is the holiday season, and it's a time of much joy and happiness, but a lot of people experience a lot of loss, and sudden losses happen. So I was thinking about that a little bit with these next couple of songs, and folks we like to remember. This first one right here is a song by William Butler Yeats, the poet of Ireland, written in 1897. This is the song of Wandering Aengus. It's about being a poet and chasing the inspiration that comes to you when you aren't looking, and then it runs away from you really, really fast. And you have to chase it and chase it and chase it. And then after that, I'd like to do a song by Shane MacGowan, who was a great hero. I went out to the Hazelwood, because a fire was in my head, and cut and peeled a hazel one, and hooked a berry to a thread. And when white moths were on the wing, and moth-like stars were flickering out, I dropped the berry in a stream and caught a little silver trout. When I had laid it on the floor, I went to blow the fire aflame, but something rustled on the floor, and someone called me by my name. It had become a glimmering girl with apple blossoms in her hair. Called me by my name and ran and faded through the brightening air. Though I am old with wandering through foreign lands and hilly lands, I will find out where she has gone and kiss her lips and take her hand. We'll walk among long dappled grass and pluck till time and times are done. The silver apples of the moon, the golden apples of the sun, the silver apples of the moon, the golden apples of the sun. The last time I saw you, we was down at the creeks. There was whiskey on Sunday and tears in our cheeks. You sang me a song that was pure and as free as the breeze blowing off Glenavee. I sat for a while by the cross at Fanu, where young lovers would meet when the flowers were in bloom. Heard the men coming from the fair at Shinron, their hearts in Tipperary, wherever they go. Take my hand and dry your tears, babe. Take my hand, forget your fears, babe. There's no pain and no more sorrow. They're all gone, gone in the years, babe. I sat for a while by the gap in the wall, found a rusty tin can and an old hurling ball. Heard the cards being dealt and the rosary called and the fiddle played Shandun and I. And the next time I see you, we'll be down at the Greeks. There'll be whiskey on Sunday and tears on our cheeks. For it's stupid to laugh and it's useless to bawl about a rusty tin can and an old hurling ball. Take my hand and dry your tears, babe. Take my hand, forget your fears, babe. There's no pain and no more sorrow. They're all gone, gone in the years, babe. So I walked as day was dawning, where small birds sang and leaves were falling, where we once watched the rowboats landing and the broad majestic Shannon. The rowboats landing and the broad majestic Shannon. Thank you.
Listening to Greg Horne here on the WTK 6 o'clock swerve live from Barley's in the Old City. Greg,
Yeah,
you ready to do some weather music?
I'm one note away.
Yeah, Greg and I have known each other for, gosh, a long time. Maybe 20 years or something. I don't know.
Oh, a goodly long while.
Yeah, it's been a long time. You ready?
I've known you longer than you've known me.
I've heard that from people. I really hate it when they say, I grew up reading your stuff. And they're like,
I never grew
50.
up, so I don't have
There
that
you go.
problem.
Anytime you're ready. Oh, there's some slide with it. It's clear and 47 degrees. Overnight, becoming cloudy with a low of 36. On Friday, partly cloudy with a high of 60 and a low of 45. And on Saturday, cloudy with a high of 63 and a low of 36. On Sunday, an 85% chance of rain with a high of 57 and a low of 32. And on Monday, partly cloudy with a high of 42 and a low of 27. And on Tuesday, which is the last day, we're gonna guess at sunny with a high of 50 and a low of 30. And that's the 5-day forecast. Thank you, Greg. That was fun.
Thank you.
You ready to play some more?
Sure.
Please welcome again, Greg Horne.
I'm going to finish that song I was playing during the weather. One of my bonds with Wayne is our mutual love of Hoyt Axton. Do we have any Hoyt Axton fans in the audience? How many, this is your first time ever hearing the words Hoyt Axton put together? All right, go get you on your Google when you get home. Get you some Hoyt Axton. It'll make your life better. Never been to Spain, but I kinda like the music. They say the ladies are insane there, but they sure know how to use it. They don't abuse it, they'll never lose it. I can't refuse it. I disappeared. Never been to Beetle, headed for Las Vegas. I only made it out to Needle. Can't you feel it? It feels so real, it feels so good. Tell me I was born there, but I really don't remember. In Oklahoma, born in a coma, doesn't matter, really doesn't matter. I've never been to Spain, but I kinda like the music. But they sure know how to use it, use it. They refuse it, they'll never lose it. They don't abuse it, they're never gonna lose it. Oh, can't you feel it? Feels so real, it feels so good. This is why I never perform with paper, because it's nothing but trouble. Paper is a problem. And yet, here we are, performing with paper. What do we got, a couple more? What's the plan, Wayne? One more? 7 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna make a guitar switch. Y'all on the radio, I'm coming right back. Really, I'm coming right back. No dead air, no dead air, no dead air. I'd like to thank y'all for coming and hanging out here at Barley's. And those of you who stayed, thank you for not leaving. That was great. It's nice to meet you all. My name is Greg Horne. I come to you all the way from North Knoxville, or South Fountain City. I'd like to thank everybody listening on the radio. And the grace of our Lord and Savior, Benny Smith, for putting this show on WUTK. And Wayne Bledsoe for being our gracious host. He's the little cattle prod under a bunch of us musicians here in town, keeping us doing things, making us feel like there's a reason to do it. So we thank Wayne for that. Here we go. All right, here's another song with a bird in it. If you're keeping track on your bird card tonight, we've had crows, we've had vultures, we've had a heron. You had to really listen for that one, but it was there. This is about the mockingbird. wrong kind of night for working on engines. It's the wrong kind of light for polishing stone. I'm under the power of the old weird hour, when all is bright and prophets are born. Outside of my window, that big holly tree, an empty cathedral rehearsal room. He's running routines, perfecting expression, and singing that riff to Mockingbird. It's just me and that Mockingbird. It's just me and that Mockingbird. Holding court, the jive judge presides, a monkey trial in a strange pantomime. The defendant will rise, I do my act for the bench, receive my sentence in broken rhyme. It's just me and that Mockingbird. It's just me and that Mockingbird. And echoes from the front line. Am I getting the word or taking the bait? I feel like I'm early, but I'm always late.
Thank you all so much.
Let's hear it for Greg Horne. Greg, where are you playing next?
Oh, I just did it. I just played. It just happened.
Where can people find you online?
GregHornemusic.com. GregHornemusic. See you real soon.com.
And join us here next week here at Barley's in the Old City and on WUTK 90.3 The Rock for Nightjar. Thanks for coming out.